already a little bit. Anyways, I'm gonna give y'all a little story of how I got groomed on Roblox. You know what I mean? And it ain't nothing too crazy. Uh, One thing I did learn about, the whole experience is like you can't really be an victim. You know what I mean? But like some niggas try and pretend like you can just be a fucking victim. Like, oh my god, this happened to me, and it's like he just he did it by force. Like you got options, and like even then, you could have just like said no, or like blocked them, or just like not interacted, or just not interact with the person. You know, like you had options. It's never on some like you had no choice, no opportunity, no nothing. Like they just kind of forced it on you. I don't think you got that. I think you could like just literally get off the phone or whatever. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked, So I was playing I was playing I was playing fucking Neighbors on Roblox on my phone, fucking around. I think I was looking for people for a dating show, for some entertainment. Gonna start doing those again, but um, I was trying to find somebody for a dating show so I could have some entertainment to look at. And this one motherfucker, I guess I was sounding like a fucking e-boy or some bullshit. So I was just trying to, you know, find somebody, and this motherfucker hears my voice and says, "Oh my God, you're fine shit." It kind of pissed me off a little bit, but I was like just trying to ignore everything the weird ass nigga was saying. Just you wanna join the e date? Hold up. And just hit her with the you wanna join the e date, and hope that she said yeah. But nah, she wanted the big dog, so I was like, do you wanna join this e date? She was talking about like no and shit, and I was saying, all right, well then I'ma just skip because clearly, like I'm not trying to sit here and waste my time. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to find somebody, and like it ain't easy to find people for like these e dates. It takes a long ass time, hours, and I was trying to get her to join this shit, but she was like, "No, I don't want to join." And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna skip because I'm not trying to waste my time sitting here talking." And she proceeded to say, um, "Nah, I don't care." She proceeded to say, "Nah, I don't care. No, don't leave, don't leave." I was like, "Bro, well then are you gonna do the e date?" She was like, "No, no." So I was, "Well, I'm finna leave." She was like, "No." So she begged me for my Instagram. So I gave it to her because, like, why not? I was bored. I was looking for entertainment anyways. So I gave it to her. And the motherfucker asked me what so I said, I gave her my Instagram. Then the motherfucker asked me what I looked like after I had skipped the motherfucker off the other shit. So I sent a picture of my hunky, masculine, beautiful face. And she said she was gonna come. And that kind of made me uncomfortable, but I moved along. I didn't even know how old she was. So, oh wait, no, 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 no. I did. She said she said she was 17. Oh yeah, and at the time that this happened, I was 14 years old. She was 17. She was turning 18 real soon too, like a couple weeks type shit. Like she was gonna be 18, and I was a 14-year-old pubescent boy. I just hit that shit. I was like, maybe I was like halfway into being 14. It was messed up, but clearly that didn't bother her one bit, because she was She was saying a lot of things, kind of made me uncomfortable, but I didn't really care, right? I was on a mission. I was focused. And she had stopped texting me for like a while because like I wasn't full focused on the conversation because I was using my phone at the same time, trying to like get people. So I wasn't really fully focused on it. But uh, by the time that I had got off and I was just sitting there chilling, and I wasn't really doing shit. And like hours had passed, I completely forgot about her. Then out of the blue, like no conversation had at all. She just calls me. So I'm like, what the fuck? But nonetheless, I answered that fucking call. I was like, duty calls. I had nothing else to do. It was like no, it was like 2 in the morning. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Might as well just answer that hoe. See what happens. Get the fuck off me. Ooh. Might as well see what happens. You know? Yeah, so I was like, fuck it, might as well see what happens, you know what I'm saying? Might as well see what we gonna talk about. So I joined, I was like, hello? And then she started saying like, hey, and I was like, what do you want? She wasn't really like talking about shit, so I'm like, all right. And I kept asking her what she wanted, and she wouldn't say. So like, I went and started making little conversation and shit. And like, we was having a normal conversation until like, I just started hearing huffing. She was just like panting, you know what I mean? And I was like, what the fuck? I ignored it for a little minute. And then I hear more panting. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I said, what are you doing? She said, nothing. I said, what do you mean? She said, like, I'm not doing anything. I said, then why are you like huffing like that? She said, no reason. So I'm like, oh, okay. I continue like just regularly talking and shit. And then like I start hearing, and it keeps happening. Like she doesn't like stop panting. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I said, nah, bro, for real. Like, what the fuck are you doing? She said, she ignored my whole question and said, there's no way you're 14. I said, yeah, I'm 14. She said, no, there's no way. You don't sound like that and you're 14. I was like, my voice ain't even that deep. I was like a little hyped up, little jit, I had the fattest ego. Oh, where'd you come? Yeah. God damn. What?
Are you able to edit me out walking in?
Yeah. Sit your bitch ass down, good.
You can edit out the background noises too, right?
I don't know. Why is your TV even so loud? If your TV was just loud the whole time, it might have fucked up everything and I had to do it all over again. Why is your TV so loud? Go turn it down.
No, I'm just asking.
Your TV is loud. Go turn it down. So, I'm like, yeah, I'm 14. She was like, I don't care. I said, bro, you're 18. I'm dead ass. She said, I don't believe you. And then,
It's louder every time I walk away.
I start hearing like wet noises. I'm like, okay, what the fuck are you doing? And she said, talk me through it. I said, hell no. 'Cause, I'm a little shit stain, I'm 14. What the fuck you want me to do? Like, my nigga, you're a whole 17 years of age doing this shit, bro. And mind you, it's the same day. I ain't even known her for more than a couple hours, my nigga. So, this shit's like uncomfortable. I'm like, ew, you know what I mean? And Like, the main reason while I was even still there is like I asked her for money, and I was like, you should just give me money. And I almost got it out of her too, but she was like trying to bargain and get me to do some freaky shit for it, like I was a prostitute, and I just didn't want to do that shit. So, I didn't get the money out of it, so I just like real simply hung up and blocked her because a nigga was uncomfortable. That's top 10 ways to just like don't get e-groomed. You just kind of like say no and block them. Which brings me back to my point. I don't understand how niggas be claiming they're online victims, my nigga. Just put the fucking phone down. It's not hard. I promise you it's not. Like, you can, for real, just not do it. Yeah, there's a lot of weird motherfuckers on, the internet. And that's besides the point. You should be able to tell when a nigga is being, why am I tearing up? You should be able to tell when a nigga is like kind of being weird and, not having the most genuine intentions ever. Intentions. Did I say attentions? Intentions. Not the most genuine intentions ever and shit. So like, just say no, and if that doesn't work, just like don't do it. And I'm a guy, so I thought I was immune to these things, but niggas be bold as fuck online. That shit's crazy. The fact that she was 17 just made it a lot weirder. I don't know. Just made a real nigga uncomfortable, bro. So, that goes for saying, like, if you're someone of this caliber where you just kind of get harassed, and things of that sort, just put the phone down. Like, you too deep into it. Like, my nigga, it's not hard. Just remove the friend, or, if you're gonna stick it out, my nigga, you might as well just get to the fun parts. You know what I mean? Just don't be weird about it. I mean, so at some point, I honestly think that most of the motherfuckers that be saying that they don't like it and don't want this to happen to them, like, want it to happen to them, because my nigga, you have options. You're not just sitting there, oh, stop, this is weird, I'm uncomfortable. You're not, my nigga. Let's just be honest. If you was genuinely uncomfortable, you dissociate yourself from the situation, because it's like so simple to just block them. I mean, you don't. It's a couple clicks, couple buttons you gotta press. On your little phone screen. It can't be so tedious to the point where you can't block the motherfucker. It just can't be. So it's like, what are you really doing? You feel me? Do you actually enjoy this on the low? Do you actually enjoy this on the low or something? Or like you posting this shit for attention? Cause like, I think some niggas are. I think some niggas just sitting there like, oh my god, I so don't want this to happen to me. I so don't want this to happen to me. It would suck if somebody just came over and tried to, say some weird things to me and, try to force it upon me. Like, I think they're into that shit. And just, like, kind of post it for no attention. And that brings me back to the point of there's no such thing as a victim. But, hey, if you really want to put it that way, you can. Of course, there's worse situations where people have tried other things, or you're being threatened by like what they could like DDoS you, or they're trying to blackmail you or something. There's worse, outcomes, like way worse situations than whatever the fuck happened to me. It was just like mine was more of an awkward encounter, you know. Like it didn't really phase me too much. It just kind of felt like, oh well, that was weird, you know, because it was 1 in the morning. I was tired anyways, so. Ooh, shit. So, you know, you're not really a victim. You just kind of want this to happen. And you're not like, hence why, like, when I see those videos, it actually kind of pisses me off a little bit. It, like, genuinely. Because, like, you kind of being a pick me, my nigga. You just want attention so bad. You're just vying for it. Fucking light work buzzer. Anyways. So it's not like, you know, you can't just like say no or something. And that just kind of irritates me a little bit. But, you know, other than that, I mean, it didn't really faze me. I wasn't really fucked up, no type of long-term damage. So it just really sounds like y'all niggas is some bitches. Just, nigga, get over it. Stop whining. Stop crying. Nothing really happened to you, if we're being for real. Like, there's some niggas that just be taking this shit to the extreme. And I think, personally, you're crying for no reason. Yeah. Hold up.